Hi everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to do a comparison, and it's to do with in-car charging. We're going to take a look at a couple of holder chargers. The first one's going to be the V11 from INIU, and the second one is simply called the Magnetic Wireless Car Charger, and it's from a company called Lamicall. So obviously if you live in the UK, over the last few years they've introduced a fine. So if you get caught holding a handheld mobile phone while you're driving down the road, or while you're stationary at traffic lights, you're subject to a £200 fine and 6 points on your licence. So that's where these come in. These are both in-car holders, both MagSafe, both chargeable, or charging while the phone's in situ, and keep you away from those fines. Now the first one we're going to take a look at is the one from INIU, and let's just show you what comes in the box. So there we go. We've got this idea, which is the one that holds it to the window or to the dashboard using a suction sticky cup. It also comes with a quilted Type-C to Type-C charging cable. This is the second option for mounting, which is vent mounting. Simply by unscrewing that, it goes through into the vent on your dashboard. You click that round the back of the vent, then screw it back in, and it tightens it up and stops it rattling or moving about. Now with both systems, both mounting systems, you use the same holder, which is this. As I said before, it's MagSafe. So you clamp the phone into the jaws of that. This has got a button on the top. So you press that and it opens up like on a damper. So you put your phone in there, click those two, holds it safe. This one's actually got a fan in the back as well. So if you've got it too near the window in the summer, it's warming the phone up, this fan's going to come through there and cool it down while it's charging. Because a lot of times with charging products, if the phone gets too warm, it won't allow it to accept charge. So the idea being, whichever one you use, whether it be the one that sticks to the window or dashboard, or the one that mounts to the thing, there's a little black nut on the back of there, and you simply push the ball inside there with a click, tighten that up, and then that piece is the piece that's fastened to your air vent. And as I say, you can adjust it depending how deep the air vents out are on your car. You adjust it out, hooks on the back of there, and you screw it back in. Then you plug the cable in the bottom. So as well as having a holder there to hold your phone in to make sure you don't get a fine, it's going to charge away in between journeys. Or if you're a taxi driver like me, you're going to get out of the car at the end of the night with 100% charge on the phone. And 6 points and £200 better off. So let's take a look at the other one now. This is simply called the Magnetic Wireless Car Charger. And as I said before, it's by a company called Lamicall. And what comes in that box, as well as some paperwork, there was some paperwork in both boxes, as there usually is, warnings and different things. So you've got this very impressive so this is the charging plate. And again, it's got a similar idea where it's got that knuckle joint on the back. Only really one option for this one. Let me just put that over there. Click it together. And you screw that on there. So that tightens that up. And again, turn that round, that hooks on the back of your air vent, screw it back in, make sure it's a tight fit, and simply hold your phone up and it clamps on there. And that's a pretty strong magnet you've got going on there, so you don't need any jaws to go around it. This phone is a 14 Pro Max. As you can see, it's a fairly big phone. And that's going to hold on to it just with the magnets. Also in the box, because on the bottom of that one just the same. I'm sure if we're getting a good picture there. You plug the charging cable into the back of there, then into an auxiliary point on your car or a car charger, and again that'll happily charge up again all day. Now we're just going to go back to the INIU version, because I forgot to test this while we were doing it, so we'll do it. That's also magnetic. I was just thinking that it was the jaws that did it, so you've got double security there where it's going to nip onto there as well as that. And so that is a 14 Pro Max, which is a 6.7 inch screen, which is probably one of the biggest ones like the Samsungs, and that just fits in there nice and snugly, and it will hang on to the vents on your car just the same. So we needed to clear that up because I wasn't sure that that was magnetic, because I'd not tried it, I've got to be honest. So let's do a final comparison. This one, you can only fasten it on in one way, and that's on the vents in the car. It's also nice and small, so if you've got a smaller car, it's out the way. But the only way you can actually use it is to fasten it on to the vents. This one, slightly bigger, but you've got two options there. It's got the magnetic plate on, and then you've also got the jaws that you squeeze together. So that's technically more secure. It's not going to fall off or anything like that. We've got the that way of fastening it on onto the vents, where you just take that off and then screw it on. But then if you didn't want to fasten it on that way, if that was a bit cumbersome or it was getting in your way, you've also got this way where you can connect it up. You can fasten it up onto your dashboard like that. It's got a sticker underneath there and a suction cup, and then the holder holds onto there, or you could stick it up in the window and bring it down like that, and the holder will fasten onto there. So both equally good products, both well made, and they're now going to both be in my Amazon store. Thanks for watching.